Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Friday the 2nd of October. We have new mods and we have some updates. The updates are as follows. From the top left we have an update to Lubelska Dolina by Rajo G-Play. The update is console release, a couple of other things as well, but console release. I may do a map tour of that, but that'll be Saturday morning probably. The Old Farm Countryside, La Coronea and La Coronea Seasons version, all by erShaba FS, have all had updates, and that is very relevant in the mod review. The Auto Load IT Runner Platform by erShaba FS19, the BJ 300 kilowatt by Caster LSMC, the John Deere 6R Small Dash Medium by Blauer, the MF Trailer by Eric Isaac and Agro Mods, and the Allo Multigrab HD Pack by Agro Modding have all had updates today. So on from that, you will notice I'm not on my usual test map. I'm on the Old Farm Countryside by erShaba FS. I need to be on that for one of the mods. Although, as it stands at this precise moment, I'm a little bit concerned because I had an error message come up a minute ago, so I'm a bit worried. Also, I want to let you all down gently at this precise moment in time. The Modhub has been down for 2 days. It is Friday. We have got a load of new mods. We don't have any 3-metre cultivators, I'm afraid. So if that's what you were looking forward to for the weekend, we haven't. I would understand if you don't want to watch from here on. I'm only joking. Anyway, moving on. We have got in front of us, this is the German Road Signs Pack by Neroxc. There are loads in here, as you can see. I stupidly got them all. Thinking they were placeables initially, but they're not, which is actually quite handy. We've got these barriers that you can have with flashing lights if you want them. You don't have to have flashing lights. We've got a range of signs, all sorts. We'll have a look in the Modhub in a minute. There's a brilliant one there for snow chains being mandatory. What else have we got? Railway line, rock falls, men at work. Oh, you name it. Very nice pack indeed. These are 2 slots each. I think the signs might have been 3 for the first one each you buy, but they are also liftable and movable. So when you do buy them, they do appear here at the store, whichever store you're at. You'll need to transport them wherever it is you're going to. I haven't tried strapping them down or anything, but I would imagine if you're going to transport them, they should. I'm just thinking of questions people might ask. I would assume they strap down. Sorry for that being an assumption. These you will find under Placeables, under Miscellaneous. So we have speed sign. Now a few of these we have some adjustments that can be made. Like I say, they're 2 slots. They say 1 because I've got 1 of each. So the first few we can actually change the speed. So you can go up to, I think it's 100. Yeah, and then back to 10 again. So the speed sign, speed cancelled, which means that limit has been reduced for whatever reason, again all the way up to 100. Then we've got the temporary zone. That is just 30, you can't adjust that. We've got right of way, we've got a stop sign, give way, priority for oncoming traffic, no passing, no entry signs, absolutely no stopping, regardless. Crossing, restricted parking zone, no passage, bus stop, snow chains mandatory, that's the one I like. Railroad crossing. That I think is the sign that goes with railroad crossing, because in German I haven't had a chance to actually look that up. So then we've got pollution sign, no turning, spin danger, icy road, slippery road, that kind of thing I think we have in the UK. Chippings on the margin, falling rocks, traffic lights, building site, construction site, constriction, ban construction site vehicles free. I'm not sure what that one means. Prohibition residents free until construction site. Uneven driving lane, one-way street, prescribed driving direction. Then we've got a barrier grid, site fence, and then we've got the barrier fence and security beacon. Now these you can either have with no lights or flashing lights on that one. This one you've got a kind of the way marker, so you've got the chevrons, or you can have it with just the hazard sort of slashes. Again, then you can have it with the chevrons with a beacon, slash side with a beacon, or back to standard again. I think that's it, yeah. So quite a few in that pack, but they are really nicely made, really nicely detailed. They look a little bit grubby in places, but the fact they're movable makes them very handy. So that's the German road signs pack by Neroxc. We have quite a lot of mods to get through, so I apologise if I rattle through these. This is the Lizard High Force High Tip Root Basket. This is by 4D Modding. Now it does say, and I think this is to do with the wash plants, it does say the hydraulically adjustable top section has the bucket to pass underneath the cleaner loader without loss of capacity. Not sure exactly what that means, but the top section does adjust, as you will see momentarily. This uses 4 slots. It's designed specifically for potatoes or sugar beet transportation or manoeuvring of. I wouldn't say necessarily transportation, you'd probably use a trailer for that. So what we'll do, now obviously you've got your usual functions, but L1 and right stick side to side raises and lowers that section, so you can make it more low profile or higher. I think it's got lights in it. Yep, lights on that front section too. And then we've got the high tip function, so when you get to wherever you're going, R1 and right stick side to side gives you the high dump on it, like so. Got quite a few options on colour choice and things like that. This you'll find in the Modhub under, I think it's only a wheel loader tool as far as I recall. I think it's for wheel loaders. Yes, for use with wheel loaders. There we go. 4,250. It's got a 4,750 litre capacity. And like I said, 4 slots. Options available. We can change the main colour to anything on that palette. We do have Class Green, New Holland Blue, John Deere Green, Cat Yellow. So you can mix and match it to fit up with whatever you want it to be going on. And then design colour. A few different options on there as well. So you can again mix and match your top section should you wish to do so. Moving on from there, we have got the agricultural trailer. This is by Ryan Agro Mods. Small trailer, it does have straps. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a trailer. I don't think there's a lot else to it. There's no beacon, no lights on the back section. I don't think it tips as far as I can tell. It's just a trailer. I say it's just a trailer. I mean, it does the job. It should do. This you'll find under trailers. There you go, agricultural trailer, 5,000 to buy. This uses 2 slots. We can change the rim colour to anything on that palette. There is chrome, we've got a silver metallic, black chrome, and then we go through, let's say, anything else on that palette. Main colour changes, you've guessed it, the main colour, like so. Then we've got the choice of Lizard, Trelleborg and Michelin. But there are no other choices within those. Those are just the tyre choices we can have with slightly different tread patterns. So there we go. That's the Lizard Agricultural Trailer by Ryan Agro Mods. Moving on from there, this little beauty. Now, interestingly, I had a load of comments left the other day on my 6 Ashes Let's Play asking why we don't have any right-hand drive vehicles in game. And it's an interesting point. It's not something I'd actually given much thought to until now. And guess what? We've got a right-hand drive vehicle within 24 hours. This is the Fiat 682T2. It says in the Modhub it was made in 1960. It's a very nice looking bit of kit. This kind of comes as a well, they're 2 separate mods, but they do kind of come together. Behind is the TFSIM semi-trailer. These are both by Pepe978. The lorry will use, there we go, look. No more space to place new pallets, boards. That is a worry. We'll get to that later on. Yeah, 8 slots for the actual lorry. And the trailer is 5 slots, which is absolutely brilliant. A few configuration options on that too, up to 45,000 litre capacity. What's nice about this, if I get into it now, the door opens and closes, as you see, but it takes a little while for the door to close, which is nice. I like that. It does say open window. If I open window, L1 and X, the window rolls down, and then you put your arm out on the window, which is rather cool. But here's something even better. which I've never ever thought of doing before. I was checking in cab. I like this kind of the twist, so you're kind of looking across. It's a little bit SnowRunner-esque, I think, that option. But if I get out of it now, like so, the door opens then closes, when I get back in, because it's on the in-cab version, you get this. Oh, now that's... There you go, look. So you kind of... you climb in. That's pretty cool. I like that as an option, but also... Then this is proper old school. If I close the window now, L1 and X, look, winding the window up. I remember one of my old cars I had, and the kids had to do that. They used to complain like you wouldn't believe, because it had electric windows at the front, but it didn't in the back. Just the way it is. So we'll open that back up again. So let's start it up. Lights. Very nice. There's no beacon. I love it. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. I can see me getting one of these. So let's look up to the trailer. I do say that the interior. I love it. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Brilliant job by Pepe978. So look up to the trailer. Sounds brilliant. Cover off on the trailer, and then tip side back, tip side left, tip side right. Now I don't own the yard here, so I can't actually demonstrate it at the moment. But I mean, it tips it like a tipper would. The trailer and the lorry, you will find them in under trucks. There we go. At the end, the 682 T2, 58 grand, and like I say, 8 slots, which is amazing. 179 horsepower. It's not going to pull the biggest of loads. It's not supposed to. It has a place. You know, there are certain maps you'll know this will kind of work. It'll fit. So we can change the main colour to pastel red, blue marine, red flame, mint green, grey fog, and then navy grey, like so. And those are the options. There's nothing else to it. That's that. The trailer you will find under trailers. There you go. Semi-trailer. 26 grand. Again, you can't odds that. 26 grand. Takes all those crop types. And only 5 slots. We can have it main colour again through those options that we had for the lorry, like so. Then we've got capacity 23,000 litre, 45,000 litre, which only adds 4 grand, 30 grand for a 45,000 litre trailer. Cheap as chips. Or you can have it in bale loading wagon, like so. Very versatile little trailer, that. If you go for the 45,000 litre option, we've got cover, yes or no. You don't have to have the cover. And you can't change the colour, it's just white. But that's a nice pack. Like I say, and the fact that it's right-hand drive, that should please a few people. It is possible, as you can see. I'm going to use that in a second, though. Moving on from there, we have got a selection no less, of trailers. These are from, if I can find them on my list, FarmSim World FS19. This one here is the Lizard TVT 35. I'll go around that side so the lights around the right way. That's the TVT 35 by FarmSim World FS19. This one here is the FLT, which is a step deck trailer. And then this one here is the Lizard Beaver 20 XPT. So all three from the same modders. This one is a very chunky, almost like a kind of tank transporter-esque type thing. I mean, it's very solidly made. Now that does actually, because initially I thought, oh, is that a gooseneck? But that does actually hook up to a fifth wheel, which I'll have a look at in just a second. They're all three nicely detailed. We'll look at the options on all three. Interesting though, these two, the Beaver and the TVT35 you'll find under low loaders. The step deck you'll find under baling technology. I took a while and I was looking around for it and thought I can't have installed it, but that's where it was. It was under baling technology. So actually we'll have a look at them now. So if we go along to low loaders, the Beaver 20 XPT 18,500, that's 6 slots. We can change the rim colour to anything on that palette, and we've got a range of options with metallics, mattes and satins, and then to our regular kind of colour palette, and we have got chromes and polished metals, etc, etc. So for example, for the blue metallic like so, their main colour is more your standard traditional palette, so you can change your colour like so. Those are the options on the Beaver 20 XPT. And then we've got the TVT35, also 18,500. It wasn't, yeah, also 18,500. Pretty much the same options, I think, on this. We can change the room colour, yeah. Same options, like so. Main colour again, off that palette. And then the other one is under baling technology. So the FLT 35,500. Oh, sorry, the TVT 7 slots. This one, the FLT, is 12. We can change the main colour, like that, for example. The rim colour, again, we've got quite a few options. Gold metallic, and there's blue and green metallic, yellow metallic, like so. The design colour changes the section underneath it. So if I went for something like blue, changes the chassis underneath and the rails there as well. So you can kind of go for a bit of a mix and match with that if you wish. What I will do is grab this, turn the lights off, bring that forward a little bit. So to unfold, L1 and X. Very sturdy construction. L1 and X puts it back again. We do have lights in the back section and indicators like so. Don't think it has running lights down the side. There's one at the front here, but not down the rest of the side. It does have straps as well, so if you want to use it for bales or anything like that, or strapping down machinery, or depending on what mod you're using, you absolutely can. Turn the lights off on that. And then we've got the Beaver over this side, which has a more regular trailer hitch. But this one does have running lights down the side and at the back. L1 and X to unfold. It's a slightly smaller trailer, although as you can see, when I did this over on the other side of this forecourt, the whole thing started bouncing around a bit, so I don't know, I would say just be careful, I guess. This one does have straps as well, so again you could use it for bales and transporting other goods, pallets and things like that, should you wish to do so. So that's those 3 trailers from Farm Sim World FS19, the Beaver 20 XPT, the Lizard TVT35 and the FLT. Moving on from here, we've got this. This is the Lizard Manure Loader by SleutjesModding. This will use 5 slots. Now, it definitely says in the Modhub, and it says in the store, Lizard Manure Loader by SleutjesModding. 5,500, and it says purchase of manure. So this is a buy point. Now, we have to be a little bit careful here, because I assumed, great, manure. But I think it means liquid manure. So I don't know whether it's supposed to say liquid manure loader rather than lizard manure loader, or the assumption is that of course it's liquid manure, not, because I just read that as manure. I drove under it with a muck spreader and it wouldn't work. So I went and grabbed a regular trailer, drove that under it, wouldn't work. So then when I went away and I came back with a slurry tanker, it came up with a fill option. So this will do liquid manure. This is a buy point for liquid manure. Really nicely detailed. I love the way the paint's all chipped off it. Like I say, the detail, it's amazing. Really, really cool. You can go up the steps if you want to. Across the gantry at the top, again, really nicely detailed. What I will do is just grab that. Hopefully we'll get onto those, although I am a little bit concerned. As you saw that message come up, weirdly it only seems to be on one of them, but you will see what I mean. So I'm going to come under it. Should get the message come up. There you go. Slurry or digestate, you can buy either. There we go. Not too expensive, which is pretty good. There you go. So this you'll find under placeables, under miscellaneous. There you go. Oh, that's weird. I'm sure the website says 5,000. Oh no, 5,500. Ignore me. 5,500 and 5 slots, which is pretty good. There's no colour option or anything like that. You get it in the yellow. And that's it. Right, moving on from there, we have got these. This is the Polish fence pack by Szasty WPC MichaŁ. I think it's MichaŁ. It looks like there's a little line across it, but that could be Polish. So I did wonder if it's Michaט, but I think it's MichaŁ. Sorry. So, fence section there, gate section. Like so. I think these were 1 slot each. Yeah, 1 slot each. These you will also find. Now were they under miscellaneous or were they decoration? I think they might have been decoration. Yes, they were. So under placeables, under decoration, the Polish fence is 510, and the Polish gateway is also 510. Again, no colour options or anything like that. You get them, you place them. That is that. Right, moving on from there, we've got this. This is the Annaburger XM3 by Bueno. Now, we had the Annaburger XM3 that came with the Holma Terra variant pack, and this pretty much is the exact back section that goes on those, and it's kind of welded on to a trailer chassis, pretty much. You'll see when we look in the store. So it is, for all intents and purposes, that muck spreader just on a trailer base instead of a separate thing. So you don't need to have the Holma Terra variant to use it. You can use it as a separate muck spreader should you wish to do so. This will use 19 slots. It's really detailed. I have to go and grab that tractor in a minute. Of course I am. Yeah, nicely detailed. This you'll find under tools, under, where are we? Manure spreaders. So like I say, the manure spreader XM3 as part of the Holma Terra variant pack is there, and the XM3, this one on the trailer base, it's identical, just on a trailer base. 35 grand, and like I say, 19 slots, 17,400 litre capacity, spreads out to 24 metres and will run at 12 miles per hour. We've got the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, and back again. Those are the only options you get. Bear with me just a second. Oh no. Okay, so we have a beacon on the back. We have lights. As we scroll through, lights in the back section opening up. L1 and X opens up the whole section like so. Now I don't have a field to spread on, but you'll get an idea of the spread width if I just turn it on. 24 metres is a pretty good spread width for manure. Nice animation, nicely detailed. Turn those lights off. Close it back down again. There you go. That's the Annaburger XM3 by Bueno. Next, we've got this. This is the vehicle storage by LandrayFarm. This will use 3 slots. It's a barn, building, shelter. Nicely detailed. There's no lighting in it. You get it as you get it. This you'll find under placeables, under sheds. There you go. 50,000 to buy. Fairly pricey, I guess. And like I say, it's 3 slots to place. That was fairly quick, that one. Moving on, we've got some more Urals, or another Ural, I'll say some more Urals. This, by Axery, is the next in the line of the Urals we've had recently, or lizards, however you want to talk about. This is the Lizard 4320-6 AZV-ATZ. I think that's right. 19 slots. and we have this in a couple of configurations, so you can have it like this. Now this is a liquid transporter. It will carry 10,000 litres, so you can have it like that, which will do liquid fertiliser, herbicide or water, or you can have it in this configuration, which will do fuel. Really nicely detailed with the fuel on that as well, with the fire extinguishers and the various different signs. There's a toolbox section I think on the top as well, but yeah, really nice. So you get that little cubby hole box there as well. All the stuff I would imagine for having to deal with fuel spills and things along those lines. If you've seen any of my mod reviews recently with the Urals, I think the rest of the options are the same. We start it up, horn, lights. This one I went for the standard front bumper. The other one here has got a front bumper with lights in it. L1 and X opens up the bonnet if you want to open the bonnet. Hazard lights puts those lights on the front there. Really nicely detailed inside. I mean, just phenomenal inside. I love the gear changing, and it's such a great set of mods. These by Axery. Trailer hitch on the back as well. Now it probably seems a bit excessive because you can get water tankers and various different things, but if you want to go down that route of having a whole range of them, why not? You could just have it as a dedicated fuel transporter if you want to go down that route. But this you will find under vehicles, under trucks. 48,000 to buy, 10,000 litre capacity, 240 horsepower, like I say, 19 slots, options available. We can change the main colour to anything on that palette, like so. Design colour on the back, we can change the colour of the rear section, like so. Then again, front bumper, type 1 or type 2, which gives you the other set of lights on it. Then the tank type, we've got the ACV10N, which is the water one. Then we've got the ATZ10B, which adds all the extra stuff on, and that's for fuel. Amazing detail for the slot count and stuff. It's incredible. And then we've got the wheel setup: 1260s, 1260-1s, ID P284s, and we've got OI25s. Higher options on the tyres. Very nice mods indeed. Which I think, just going up my list, have I been through everything? I think I have. Which brings me on to the last of the mods today. Now, potentially, I'm going to have to change something to test this. Potential game changer. And I say potential because I am a little bit concerned. You'll see why in a minute. This is fantastic. This is the Placeable Factories pack by erShaba. Szaba FS, who in the updates today, La Coronea and the Old Farm Countryside have had updates today for this very reason. So this gives us a few more options. Now if you've played on La Coronea or you've watched my map tour, mod review type thing on it, there is the ability on there to make sunflower oil. You can make flour, cheese, laminate boards. There's a few different things, and they are integral to the map. This now is a mod pack, but it does come with a but, unfortunately. This is why I'm saying it's a potential game changer. As it stands at the moment, this mod can only be used with compatible maps, which at the moment stands at the Old Farm Countryside, La Coronea and La Coronea 2.0. But it does say, for this pack to work on any other map, its creator must include the required log files in his map if he so wishes. So that's why I'm saying potentially, if other map makers go, okay, great, I'll do that and submit an update, this could then be used on many more maps. And we have got quite a few factories with quite a lot of options, which will really change gameplay for console gamers, especially if it comes across more maps than just the ones by Szaba FS. I mean, that's fantastic in its own right, and the fact they're placeables now rather integral to the map gives you the option to put them as you can imagine, anywhere you want. So what do we get in this kind of pack? Well, we've got the cheese factory, which requires cow's milk, and you make cheese. There's the flour factory, requires wheat or barley, and it will give you flour. There's the sunflower oil factory, which will give you, you put sunflower in, you get sunflower oil out. Laminate boards requires you to put wood chips in, and it makes laminate board pallets. We've now got potato chips or crisps. That requires you to put in potatoes and what was it? Just look on my list. Potatoes and sunflower oil pallets. Now, that's the difference with this as well. One factory is going to require output from another factory on some of these. So potatoes you can put in for making potato chips, no problem at all. But you need sunflower oil pallets, which means, I think over the back there, I've got the sunflower oil factory. So you put sunflower in, get sunflower oil pallets out, which you then bring to the potato chip factory along with potatoes to get potato chip pallets, which is just brilliant. We've got a biodiesel factory now, and if you bring canola, rapeseed, you will get biodiesel. Again, fantastic. And then on the end we have got soya drink, and if you bring soya bean and water, it will make a soya drink. And as you can see, we've got a pallet there already, which has already come out. I've already put some soybean and water in there, so we'll get these pallets come out with soya drink. That's why I'm a little bit concerned. We have got a pallet here, so we've got some biodiesel already. Look, it says biodiesel on it, which is great. And this one here, we've already got a pallet. Now hang on a minute. That's interesting, because I've only put potatoes in that. And that says it requires sunflower oil pallets, which I haven't delivered yet. But I have got a pallet there. Okay, possibly an update. My issue at the moment is this one here. This is my laminate boards pallet factory. So I put wood chip in, and it keeps coming up with an error message saying not enough space for pallets. Now it could be, I did think it might be because I placed it too close to the next factory. But those two are placed even closer together, and I'm getting no problem at all with production. It could be because it's a bit of a slope, maybe. So what I might do is remove it, move it, put some more wood chip in and see if that works. Otherwise it could be an issue potentially with the laminate one, which has a knock-on effect, because another factory we've got as part of this pack over the back is barrels. So this one, the barrels factory, requires pallets, you've guessed it, from the laminate floor or the laminate boards factory. You bring the laminate boards here and it will make barrels. That's why I set that one up. This one is my sunflower plant, and as you'll probably see when we get there, we've got sunflower oil coming out. There is one for, there we go, so we've got sunflower oil coming out too. There is one for sugar as well, which requires sugar cane or sugar beet to produce sugar. Now, this is something else you need to be aware of. This works on the system using the animals stables as the kind of base model for it, and it does say the number 10 is what you are limited to. So if you place animal stables on any map, you can only have 10 of them. So the total you can have is 10. It says it's recommended, if you're going to have a mix and match of animal stables and factories, to not go above 8. But if you're only going to do factories and no animals, don't go above 6. So you can place 6 factories but no more. It will create problems in your game if you do. So that's something to bear in mind as well with regards to that. So what I'm going to do, hopefully, I'll get this sorted, I'll speed up time, and I'll try if I can to get some laminate boards, to put laminate boards over to the barrels factory so we can get some barrels made, just to kind of show it in operation. Now these are 19 and 21 slots depending. I think the ones that have the vats are 21, the ones that just have a chimney are 19, I think. But I mean 19, 21, it's a couple of slots. What's a couple of slots between friends? And they're about 46 grand a pop, I think. These you will find under Placeables, under, was it Animal Pens? I think, because it's using the Animal Pen system. Yeah. So we go barrels production, biodiesel production, boards production, cheese production, chips. That is weird that I've got pallets coming out though. Anyway, flour production, oil, sunflower production, soy drink production, sugar production. 46 grand for each one. Like I said, there's one that says 21 because I haven't placed a flour one. I don't think I placed a cheese. That's 19. So yeah, 19 and 21 is roughly what they are running at. So bear with me. Let's get some production underway. I'll see if I can get this laminate board one working, and we will go from there. Something I meant to mention, I've just moved my laminate boards factory. When you come to unload, you have to actually start the factories up, if that makes sense. If you come all the way around to the side here, you've got this box here, and it works like an animal dialogue box because it's working off the animal trigger kind of system. So it says animal dealer at the top there, but it says boards, and what you have to do, if you move it across, so it now says new on the right hand side, and click confirm, that now means it's kind of in operation, which means what I should now have the trigger option come up for putting wood chips in. There we go. Until you've done that, you won't get the triggers come up. So you have to kind of turn the factory on to get it to work. Also, I found with the potato chips, the one that required water as well. What required water? Oh, the soya drink. So soya beans and water to make the soya drink. The water trigger looks like it was by the tank next to the actual soybean trigger, but I couldn't get it to unload. When I backed up to the regular trigger, it came up on the normal one. So that's something to bear in mind as well. For the soybean one, the trigger for soybeans and water was both in the same place. It wasn't actually next to the water tank, and it's actually marked with the hazard marked bit as well. So I thought that would be more. I was going to do these as a separate mod review, but I thought, you know, I'll try and get it all in one. I apologise, it's taking a little bit longer. Right, like I say, let's hopefully let's get some laminate boards. Happy days indeed. Moving it worked. The laminate boards are fine. It was obviously, I don't know what was causing it. The others all seem to be fairly close. So we've got laminate boards. We've got everything that we wanted is working. So what I'm going to do now is take the laminate boards over to the barrels, because I just want to test it to see how whether it just takes them directly. Where it is I need to actually put them. I assume it's up over here. I just suddenly realised, whoa, didn't landscape that, but so I don't know if I've turned this on yet. So what I need to do is let's start up the barrels factory. Oh, there we go. Move and confirm. So I assume the laminate boxes should have. That's interesting. Oh, there we go. Now they're going. Just needs to be lifted up a little bit off the ground. The boards are being taken. There we go. So trigger was slightly raised, that's all. So if you bring them up there on a trailer, I guess that would work. What I want to do now is test the sunflower situation, because I'm a little bit puzzled as to how come I've got bags of potato chips but I haven't actually provided them with any sunflower oil yet. So I don't know how that's happened. But something bizarre has happened. We'll have a quick drive past everything else, but I mean, in essence, this is it. This is how it works. Now, the other thing to mention is if we go into the menu here, as far as selling them goes, the Edge Grain Vault, which is a modded one, that's the Edge Castiga sell point, does say it will take cheese, it will take flour, it will take the sugar, and it will take biodiesel. It's got a price for it there, but if I come down, it's where it says sale of pallets. So if a map is ready for this factory mod, the Placeable Factories pack, you will have a sale of pallets sell point. So all of those things, if you look down where it says sale of pallets highlighted, they all have a sell point. Some of the other things will go various. I would imagine there are going to be some of the placeable sell points will take certain aspects of them, but I just wanted to highlight that as well, because that was another question I thought people are bound to ask is, okay, that's great, but where do I sell them? Ooh. So where's my potato chips? While we're doing this, I'll also show you, I kind of explained it but didn't show you, but I should. Nice. See our biodiesel is just there, that's all spawning no problem at all. So yeah, this here, we've got our unload point here, we've also got this one here with the water tank, and this is the one for making the soy drink. So I delivered the soy there, and I bought the water here but couldn't get a trigger, nothing would work. I backed my water tanker onto there and the trigger came up, so it still worked, and we are getting pallets around the corner of soy drink. So the question is, will the potato chips point take these? Because I have got pallets of potato chips there, unless they're just pallets of potatoes, which would seem a bit peculiar. Yes, it's taking all these now. That's an interesting one. What I will do though is just double check. No, doesn't do anything. And there we go. I mean, that in essence, that's it. It's brilliant. I think it's a fantastic idea, and I really do hope that more map makers kind of look at this and go, you know what, we'll add the code in, let's do it, let's put it out there, which then will spread this factory pack further and wider, and just give us more options on console for things we can do. There we go, that's by erShaba, erShaba. And that's it for the mods for today. I'm sorry it's taken so long. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.